Today, we've got the first look at the Google Pixel 8a in the flesh, as well as confirmations on all of the other upgrades, so make sure you hit subscribe and we'll get right into it. So first up, before we get into the reveal, we've got confirmation that Google's I/O event is going to be held on the 14th of May next month, and this is of course going to be where they announce Android 15, Wear OS 5 and the new Pixel 8a. When it comes to the Pixel 8a, we've actually got plenty of upgrades this time round. Now the Pixel 8a has already appeared in its Bluetooth certification, and this means that launch is very soon, so we can be certain that it is going to appear at Google's I/O. But something you don't have to wait for is today's video sponsor Filmora, a powerful video editor for Windows, Mac, iOS and Android. Whether you're just starting out and want something that's easy to use, or you're an experienced editor and want something more powerful, Filmora has got you covered. The intuitive software makes it easy to add effects, color grades and transitions, and even has presets for things like speed ramping, which I find very useful for making trailers. It's also packed full of AI tools like text-based editing, text-to-video and thumbnail creation, and it even has an AI music generator. Now, editing to a beat is made even easier thanks to its auto beat sync feature, and once you're done, you've got plenty of export functions to quickly upload to the social media platform of your choice. We have presets for all the different aspect ratios to make your life even easier, so if you want a new editor to save yourself time and hassle, then go ahead and check out Filmora Editor today by clicking the link down in the description below. Now back to the Pixel 8a, we've got a report that there's going to be some big upgrades in the display, and not only do we see an upgrade from 90Hz to 120Hz, but the peak brightness is also going to match that of the premium version, and we get an impressive 2400 nits of peak brightness. It also confirms it's going to be a 6.1-inch display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080, and this is slightly smaller than the Pixel 8's 6.2-inch display, but it's great news for those of you that want a smaller phone. Yogesh Bra has also tweeted the full spec list for the Pixel 8a, which also confirms these specs, and it advises we're going to get a 64-megapixel primary camera with optical stabilization, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and then a 13-megapixel selfie camera. So looking at these specs, it may be the exact same camera system as the Pixel 7a, but of course there's still going to be improvements to photography and video thanks to the new software. The phone is of course going to be powered by the new Tensor G3 chipset, although it may be an underclocked version, and we're no doubt going to get more AI features that aren't available on the 7a, and thankfully the battery capacity has also increased to 4500 mAh, along with a fast charge increase to 27 watts. Now, a long time ago, we looked at the Pixel 8a's design thanks to all the renders from OnLeaks, as well as the prototype images that appeared, and we now know that it was all correct thanks to new live images of the phone. Now, TechDroider has tweeted 2 images of the real-life Pixel 8a, showcasing the front and the back of the phone, and while he doesn't tell us where the photos have come from, they do look pretty legitimate. Now you can see from the images that we've got a more rounded phone than before, and this one is clearly a matte black finish unlike the glossy panels we had on the 7a, and in terms of the overall design, it seems to back up all of the leaks we've had so far. Now for those of you excited for the new Google Pixel 8a, we're now going to run through the full specs, design and the expected pricing to help you guys decide if this is the phone for you, so make sure you hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So the Pixel 8a is coming with a 6.1-inch OLED display. The overall design is going to be more rounded than its predecessor, but it's still a flat display. It's a 120Hz display with a Full HD Plus resolution, and it's protected by Gorilla Glass Victus. The selfie camera is going to be a punch hole camera in the top center of the display, and it's going to be a 13-megapixel selfie camera with an aperture of f2.2, and we get 4K videos at 60 frames a second from the selfie camera. Over on the rear, it's a dual camera setup, and we've got a 64-megapixel primary camera with phase detect autofocus, optical image stabilization and an aperture of f1.9, along with a 13-megapixel ultra-wide with an aperture of f2.2. Now the Pixel 8a is going to be powered by the new Tensor G3 chipset, although as we've seen from early benchmarks, it seems it's going to be running lower clock speeds than the Tensor G3 found in the Pixel 8, and it will of course come with 8GB of RAM and a choice of 128 or 256 storage, and this will be UFS 3.1. It's coming with a 4500 mAh battery, and thankfully we finally got some upgrades to fast charging, with the Pixel 8a offering 27-watt wired charging. Now the Pixel 8a is going to come with 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with Android 14. It's launching in May 2024, and while the launch price is still unconfirmed and can of course change as we run up to launch, we're expecting a launch price of around $550. So overall, the Pixel 8a is looking like exactly what we expected from Google. It's a more budget-friendly phone that takes some good photos and videos, but to be fair, this year we've seen more spec upgrades than I expected. Now with the higher refresh rate and brighter display, I think it's really going to be a good contender in the mid-range phone market, and for someone that doesn't want all the bells and whistles that come with something like the Pixel 8 or the Pixel 8 Pro, then it's definitely going to be a great choice. Now of course, as always with Google, they aren't good at keeping anything secret, and as we're so close to launch, we're no doubt going to get every single detail confirmed very soon, and probably a live unboxing, and I'm going to be sharing it as soon as it comes in, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.